Hey, what's up, everyone? GleeCon here again, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On the last episode, we did our third part of running through our completionist walkthrough of Felwood on Classic Era on the Alliance side, so we're going to continue that journey today. Let's just hop right in. Stay a while. Listen. For those of you that are not familiar with the show, we cover everything. So, if you want to see all of the books and everything leading up until where we're at right now, feel free to check it out. And apparently I left us looking at Lee Contessa's horse's butt. Alright, so if you remember where we are, we have some delving into Jadenar to do once more. Maybe we can level up 70k XP, so let's hit up our other couple Central Felwood quests to start the episode today. Last time specifically, we traveled. We basically did the first kind of couple legs of the Jadenar questline. So there, we had to go get some water from the corrupted moonwell outside of Jadenar, where what I guess used to have a nice clean moonwell, and the satyrs and the demons and the Burning Legion, all of or the what are they called? The Twilight? No, the Searing Blade, or whatever those group are that work with the Burning Blade, maybe. Those people, they corrupted it, managed to turn this moonwell into like a fell well. So we got some of that water, we brought it back, we traveled to the Barrens, where Aislinn Waterseeker, or whatever her name is, the one that shamans go to work on their water totem, and also the end of the hunting line in Camp Tarajo in the Barrens will send you to the final quest to kill Isha Awak, which is like a Loch Ness Monster kind of thing. A Threshodon out there along the shore, and I think that's what it. I think it's one of those. But either way, she is now. So from time to time, she sends you. You'll get sent out there. She's like on this little tiny peninsula thing. Bonk, 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 bonk. And we get sent there because her powers over water will allow her to ask the water elementals to cleanse it. So good to know if you ever see just massive infested water, you could just get water elementals to come cleanse it. Although it does seem, if it took one giant powerful water elemental enough to clear one satchel or one vial of water, you'd probably need like every water elemental available, and it seems as though the water elementals are not inclined to want to work with the Horde. There are some Hydraxis Waterlords quests out here in Ajar, and I've never really done those quest lines. There might be one or two quests I've done back in the day when I was completioning it. I mean, I did at one point do. I just don't remember. But I did do Lore Master of all of it when Wrath came out, so before Cataclysm changed everything. Alright, so we're going to get fighting. One of the things we have to do, we just have to walk into one of these pools to trigger this, and we have to fight 4 of these elementals. The quest is elite, but the elementals are actually not elite. Oh, he just disappeared. Okay. The reason why is because that is actually a rare Immolatus. I don't know that we could beat him. The level 56 rare elite. Should we try? I've never seen that guy before. Also, I don't know where every single other mob went. I'm going to go after this bad boy and just see. There's the regular one, Infernal Sentry. Okay. We're going to try. I don't know. I'll hit him with some demonic power. Whoa. Not back much, Immolatus. I might be having to end up using some heals and stuff of that nature. Or, I mean, potions. Yikes. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna have to end up using right off the bat. This is gonna be tough. And dude knocks back. using a healing potion. Not sure here how I want to... Okay, there we go. Now I have enough mana where I could heal as needed. He hits hard. Bro. Let's eat one of these. Try again. Jeez, okay. Okay. You can now chase me around a little bit, but I need... Oh, man, I'm stuck on this tree. No. Oh, he got me. I was stuck on that tree trying to run. That was like all my resources that I could possibly use. Trying to see what else I maybe could have done. I do have a better health potion here. I could have maybe dropped that potion instead, but I mean, I dropped Lay on Hands. He whooped my butt. I'm sure I could. I was very close, so I made the. We did not go in there buffed at all. That would have helped. I'm wearing my traveling trinket. That's part of it, instead of my battle trinket. So there are little things I could have done differently. Maybe not hit him with the exorcism. Not hit him with judgment, so just... The problem is that he is... He hit so hard. Oh yeah, maybe not use... Wonder if I should use a different aura. Oh, you maybe use fire resistance aura instead? I'm gonna try one more time. Now I see it as a challenge and it looks fun. Let's see if we properly prepare this time. With a couple other little things here. Let's see what happens. Focus on defense, mana resolution. There's just in regular Infernal Sentry, it's not Immolatus. He was so close to dying, we had him so close. And I think I got caught on that tree. He might have disappeared. Might have despawned. Alright, well, he's despawned, then... these guys, you don't have to fight them. They're 52 elite. I'm sure we could beat a normal one. What we have to fight is these. Entropic beasts, and we need the entropic horrors. So there's just two versions of them. Don't remember which is which. I don't know, I'm just... Maybe it's the fact that it's so elemental damage that's hurting my ability to really come at it strong from like a tanky kind of perspective. But what you really need to do is just avoid the elite guys and find the four that we need. And also at some point walk kind of right around right there. I don't know where the... He might have despawned like the other guys despawned. Something weird's going on in the area where... Okay. Yeah, it's just a regular one. Alright, let's go for... I'll just eat this. Quail... Roasted quail. So we have our two entropic beasts. We need two entropic horrors now. Beast. There's a horror right there. It looks as though maybe the horrors are a little bit stronger. This is right around where we need to go to trigger the exploration. I think you have to kind of, yeah, I was saying, I think you got to get down in one of these little craters. Alright, so, and I look down in the eternal argument between people that are overly caring about buffs versus the ones that are like, dude, chill out. Wage continues to be waged. Alright, there's a level 60 Orc Hunter. I don't know what they were doing out here. Just watching. I mean, it's not crazy to be 60 doing some quests in this neck of the woods. Why can't she hit? What's going on? I feel like she wasn't swinging at all. Weeds. Come on. I'm glad that I lived on that one because I'll eat this pumpkin. I tried to use exorcism on it, but it's not a demon, it's an elemental. Whew, that was close. I don't know. I think she's having a hard time with the elemental damage. I would have to switch over maybe to fire resistance in the future if I want to be serious about fighting some of these mobs. Okay. So we did that. That's a one-shot. There's not anything to worry about that anymore. Fighting these few mobs, we gained a couple thousand XP. Now we're going to move up and fight the 32 satyrs that we have to kill, as well as the leader of them, Xavaric. He's the leader of the satyrs of Felwood. We also explored this little camp. And that will open up a couple more little quests for us. You have to do something about cleansing some kind of... Basically, Xavaric will drop this flute. As you can see, the flute of Xavaric. It's kind of a weird quest. So basically, you bring it to her. I think one of these people down there will cleanse the flute. And it just kind of vaguely says you can, like, awaken some spirits with it. So, and this is Alliance only, but then if you take that flute somewhere up around here, there's like a bunch of giant frozen treants, and not frozen, whatever, like they're not moving, whatever, however you want to call that. And if you play the flute in the right spot, you will summon the spirit of one of them, and it will give you an escort quest to just escort a giant spirit. So we're gonna try it. Oh, this is not the right entrance to the whatever this place is gonna be called. And that will really be all of the quest lines. We'll have a choice then if we want to finish Jadenar or if we at least want to start with some of the Furbolg. It depends on how close we are to leveling up. If we're just not close at all, then screw it. But if we are close-ish, we can do that Felwood line, the Timber Mall into the Winter Spring. Just get those things all wrapped up before we finish Final Blow. Heck. Wind Blossom. We need the Songflower. We can also turn in some more. We're gonna have a bunch to turn in when we... Alright, here's what we need. We'll have a bunch to turn in when we grind those Timber Maw. I might even just kill the Cenarian Beacon. Curse of Tongues, huh? So, oh no, that's Curse of... And Curse of Weakness. And Curse of Tongues. Great. Gotta love that. Alright, so we need 8 tricksters, 8 betrayers, 8 hellcallers. And that curse of weakness lasts a long time. That's lame. Don't love that. And when I do this off camera, both of the 2 classes I play are druid and mage, so the 2 classes that can remove curses. I don't know if priests can. Paladins cannot. I don't. There's nothing on me to reduce. But these guys are giving me soul shards. I guess it kind of makes up for the fact that maybe holy damage is going to be moderately effective against them. Pretty good. Pretty effective. Yeah, and then these betrayers, not only do they curse, but they have that sort of a flame shield or whatever is going on. I don't know what kind of power that is. Got him. I believe the math is actually benefits Flash of Light use, but it's the time casting does not. So when we're out of combat, I need to be using Flash of Light. When I'm in combat, that's what Holy Light is for, because it only takes 2.5 seconds to do up to 1400 life, whereas this does 1.5 seconds, so to do only 300. So 2 casts would already be longer time than a Holy Light, but not even half as much life. So we have somebody in here. Now, one of the things you can farm on these guys, if you really want to sell on the auction house, is they frequently drop the recipe for mongoose potion, or whatever it's called. Mongoose elixir of mongoose, I don't know. So if you want that, the drop rate's pretty high. I think I had, when I was clearing this on my mage, who is not an alchemist, I had 2 drop. So, something to consider if you, I guess, the drop rate to me is not high enough to sell on the auction house. But it is absolutely worth coming out here if you are planning on being an alchemist yourself. I don't know that I want to try to get into a 3-pack situation here. That's a corrupted whipper root. And I'm pretty sure, what do those give us? That's this. That's the just health only. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is working my way back to the back, and then we'll get the ones we need after, but we're going to go right for Xavaric first. There's a couple things. Alrighty. So tomorrow, we'll have, actually I've decided to switch. I was doing my Patreons on Mondays, but now I've decided to switch and start doing them on Tuesdays, because then it can align with server reset. Because every once in a while, if I'm doing an in-game lore, and it happens on a server reset day, then I'm still stuck. And I don't want that. I thought I might draw both. Yeah, I'm kind of just decided to go all in. That one. I don't know why I have no mana potions on this character. They just don't drop. Come on. Yeah, man. Okay, so that's the flute. So we can sit here for a second while our mana restores, and we can look at this flute quest. Okay, the Flute of Xavaric. You study the simple wooden flute you picked up after defeating Xavaric. The knotted wood feels solid, but it seems as if the spirals and patterns in the surface begin to spin and move as you turn it over in your hands. Suddenly you feel a sense of dread. You shake your head, sure that your mind is playing tricks on you. It's possible that other satyrs carry clues as to what you've found. Bring your findings to the druid Eridan Bluewind that lives in southern Felwood. Okay, so we will do that. I actually don't think I hit accept. Alright, so that is called the Flute of Xavaric. So let's go into ye old spreadsheet and update that bad boy. The Flute of Xavaric. Where is it? Oh, it's blue. Oh, you know what? I think there is one intermediate quest on this one too. Oh, I should also put that it is a drop. I like to update that when people are... I just like to have that as sort of a footnote. Alright, now let's continue killing the dudes that we need. Oh, we need to bring Jadefire Fellvines with it. So we're bringing not just the flute. I don't know how I missed that. We're bringing the flute and other... Yeah, we're bringing the flute, and it says other satyrs carry clues, so we also need 5 of these bindings. So good to know. Which we need to kill these guys anyway, so that's another great reason to go rush right ahead. Since we need to kill them. Okay. Eight. So he's here for the quest too. Okay. So they're out, and I need these bindings, which I have. I actually didn't even look at the guy after he looted. But this rogue wants to grind it out, so I guess I will take the help. Oh, there we go. There's a triple 3-pack. And I guess now that we're gonna... I mean, it'll be faster this way, that's for sure. Okay. Alright, no little binding. Oh, we did get a second one in there. There's a third. Well, with me and him fighting, I'm not going to do the blessing thing. You know what? I should buff him up, though. Oh, here's an isolated one. Okay, we got a little pack of these guys. And we are, I mean, we're cruising along right now. And I kind of got stunned or something. Maybe this one hit me in the back of the head. Okay. And now I'm avoiding my quote-unquote rotation at all costs. Oh, I just got hit with the Curse of Tongues, but that's okay. Got him. Alright, we have 4 Fellbinds. Wicked leather headband. I don't know. I don't need that. Okay. Just one more hell collar. Oh, that's what he's here for. He's going after the Felcloth. All right, so we'll get out of his way now after this one. Alright, so now we're going to be out of here to let him go back to his Felcloth. That's what he's grinding. But the Felcloth rate is so low. Like, we did not get a single one in that whole process. Maybe he did. But that's why he's out here. I guess I should have known. I knew there was a reason. Dang it. So we got our leatherworking recipe, wicked leather headband. That's actually pretty cool. I just don't know if I want to do the whole process of ferrying that over to our Horde character in the neutral auction house through my wife's account. I'm not sure if I want to do all that. Actually, her and I haven't been playing lately, because like I said, I've been playing so much Classic lately that it was starting to feel like a chore, like a job, because I do this show, you know, so pretty much every other day, at least 4 times a week, I'm putting in an hour and a half plus. So I'm spending 6 to 8 hours on camera doing these, and right now that the other zones are right up against it, my trial run, I do actually a little bit more. I would say for every hour and a half I put into this, I probably put in 2 hours on the trial runs, if not more. So if to stay ahead of the content, I'm probably putting in at least 8 hours a week on just the trial run part. So we're talking probably about 14-15 hours a week of playing, and then I have been doing my anniversary character probably even more than that. So at least probably 10 hours a week. So basically all of my gaming, you know, I am a gamer. I do spend, especially now that I'm on work from home mode, I do spend a big chunk of my day gaming. But once a week, my wife and I will do like a video game night together, and we were also playing WoW on top of that. And we'll bounce around, we'll do different expansions. Her and I have maxed a lot of characters out in retail together over the years. But we have I've tried to run Classic with her a couple times. We got some Classic characters up to around level 40 on both Alliance and Horde. But then I kind of just fell off. I don't know why. I just wasn't really in. I just, like I said, I do it on this, and that kind of dropped it. So then I was like, well, let me run Anniversary instead. But it's the same. There's a little tweaks, couple little tiny tweaks here and there. There's just not enough variety in the different builds for me to want to come at it. So, like in retail, every single build is viable. You can be, if you might not be meta in-game best spec, but you can contribute in a positive way, and you can do so much. Like, you don't have to worry about that, because you can run basically every dungeon and maybe even raids. I haven't played in a while with the solo with NPCs, which honestly, the way that retail is, it's even like people just go to run through as fast as possible, and I want to experience the lore. It's already a little bit rough doing it with Classic. So other than trying to do endgame content in whatever X-Pack you're at, I have no need to run it But now that we can do solo dungeons, I am excited to get going with that content. Alright, so, but I don't want to do retail now because that's my next project with this. And anniversary, so whatever. So basically, I looked for a new game for her and I looked, at first I picked Grim Dawn, which is a really cool game, but it doesn't vibe for me playing with her. I'm not good enough at it, it's challenging enough. Alright, let's turn in this Flute of Xavaric first. Or, fine, we'll do that because we just picked it up.
May the stars.
What is it, Paladin? You look concerned.
I sense the suffering of ancient ones, adventurer. Holding these items is almost unbearable.
Okay, so this is going to allow us to check off the Flute of Xavaric. And that gives us...
The flute you found was carved from an ancient protector, the Trent allies that have faithfully protected the Night Elves. The satyrs have been able to corrupt anything they come in contact with, which includes the ancients that made Felwood their home. By the use of the Fel, the spirit of the ancient has been bound and tortured, never completely released. The Felbind you found is no doubt related. We must try to purify the flute, adventurer. Bring me blessed water from the Temple of the Moon in Darnassus.
Okay, so that is called Felbound Ancients. And we will not be doing this quest right now because that is going to require us to travel to Darnassus. Let's look at further corruption.
Thank you for all you have done, adventurer. May Elune protect you and guide you on the path ahead.
Thanks. So further corruption is now done. We don't particularly need, there's no other, that one's kind of done. So, all right. So what have we done? We have done all of this. So now we have to go there and then that will give us a purified quest. Verifying the corruption is what we're going to turn in right now. So, I believe, yep.
Good that you're alive, adventurer. Bad that the water still exists. I was hoping to find at least one pure source of water here in Felwood. It looks like my search has failed. The process of healing the land could have been made much easier with its existence. I will have to concern myself with saving what forest creatures I can, while destroying those that have become so corrupt that they endanger themselves as much as travelers through this once mighty forest.
Okay, so that's just a one-off. It's good XP, though. We're down to needing 41,000 XP. That's still a little bit much. So, which one was that called? That was Verifying the Corruption. Pick that one up earlier. All right, so let's extend Felwood a little bit here. Verifying the corruption done. And if you look at what we're at now, we've done this. So as far as difficulty goes, working with some of the Felwood stuff, the Timber Maw is really where it's at next. I don't really care about doing that right now, and that we have not spent a lot of time. Yeah, we still have plenty of time. All right, I think the way, because of that Darnassus travel, I forgot about that. I think I wanted to finish that line, this quest line potentially, but now we'd spend like half an hour of our time traveling to Darnassus and back. I guess Darnassus is not the longest, but so maybe not half an hour, but we'd probably spend at least 20 minutes of episode, and then we would go and get the treant and come back, and it would put us... I mean, we could do that. But we can cut some of that travel time. We can cut at least half of that travel time off if we just wait and do it at the end of this episode. So I think let's just bust out. One level is not going to be the end of the world difference in doing this. I do think we almost took down that, and if I was not an idiot, we probably could have successfully taken down that elite, level 56 elite infernal. We can handle the non-elite mobs that we're going to have to kill in Jadenar here. So I guess let's just bust out this Jadenar questline. It will give us that cool belt upgrade We'll probably get a decent amount of the 41,000 XP that we need, and it will probably take us the majority of the rest of this episode. And then what we'll do is go... Oh, I forgot to turn in our corrupted things. We have... Oh, I guess we only have one shard. It's not really a big deal. We will get a crap ton of shards while we're doing this too. So when we go back, we can go turn in whatever salves we have. Oh, I forgot to turn my mining detection back on. Alright, so remember, we can get that 1 hour buff if we see it, the sunflower down here. And there it is. It's already cleansed, so let's go get the 1 hour buff to go start our excursion into Jadenar. Love this thing. We don't even have to use ourselves. Okay, so we get a 1 hour buff. And we will absolutely be using some materials to increase our DPS. Someone must have been here recently because this path is cleared out. And also someone cleansed that sunflower. So someone has cleared this whole area. Maybe they are here minus those couple things, but they came and cleared this side. So they were either doing that quest or they have been here. Well, they're not in the cave right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. We're probably gonna have to kill both. No, we can get away with just one. Cool. But you gotta kill at least one, even at level 60, so... I don't know if they're in here or not. Probably not. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to use our sharpening stone. I will go ahead and use this protection. That'll help out a little bit. And let's just get a quick well-fed buff. Spirit, no. We could. Let's use... I don't even have any glossy mite fish. These are great DPS ones. I guess I'm going to go with the raw sun-scaled salmon. We'll just munch on those for a while to give us some consistent healing throughout. Alright, so now we're buffed up. We'll just keep these things going. And we should be able to, within 30 minutes, make it through this dungeon. Or this, whatever, cave. Okay, we're going to go... Let's go for these guys first because they can burn our mana. And they're really not that tough. These guys aren't... They're just solid, and against a mail wearer, they're not that bad. The only thing they can really do is interrupt our heals. Okay. So we're going to kind of be a little bit conservative with our mana, because we're in here for the long haul. Yeah, they do that little rend too, but that doesn't really... whatever. Minor bleed effect. If we had the... Oh, I have that stupid thing on. We gotta put our good trinket back on, too. Okay, so let's put our... This is why I gotta stop using that trinket, because I don't remember to put it on. As much as it should just be like, hey, just remember, it's just not gonna happen. So... Remember, these Dark Weavers are basically like some kind of weird melee warlock. They do not use a pet, they can hit you with an immolate, and they can hit you with shadow bolts. There you go, the shadow bolts is whatever. So we could go into a non-damage. And actually, that's pretty good because we don't have a chance of overhealing. That might be worth a blast. It just takes a lot of mana. 285 mana. I don't know if that's worth it. Okay. That Mark of the Chosen procced, so that's good. Okay, I'm gonna drink one of my juices and eat this quail just to get ourselves back up to speed a little bit. We want to be moving fast enough that we can make it through this cave without too many worries. You can hop down here too, but you pretty much... It would just save you one fight of, like, one mob at the potential cost of, not here. I thought we were already at the little ring of whatever, but we're not. We will skip whatever fights we can. So, like here, we can skip something. We hop down. Well, we drew this one guy. That's not that bad. If we can avoid the legionnaires, those are the ones that are tough. We might end up pulling this hunter, this Jadenar hunter, but at least we've got him separate already from his little friend. These guys are demons too, so we can exorcise them. Almost exorcise the demons. Oh, we pulled both. Oh, I pulled all three. Oh my gosh. Okay, so instead we're gonna bounce on that. It was terrible. So I should have just aired. I'm gonna wait for them to reset and go try that again. I should have just walked over to the demon side. Nope, don't do that. Remember, save that mana. Be smart. Use math. Also, probably should have my might buff on. Yeah, so I walked over and tried to split the hairs and ended up pulling both. So we're just going to come fight the hunter on his side, and then I'll hug that wall, and I should be able to get around that demon. Not fight the legionnaire, because the legionnaire is rope tethered to that other one. I don't care about the true silver mining enough. If it was thorium, I'd go fight those battles. Okay. Alright, now here, we can't help it. We gotta fight these two. Luckily, it's not aggroing those guys over there, so that's good. Here it will be beneficial to use a little bit of magic. To speed the fight up. Okay. Perfect. Alrighty. Okay, we'll get a little bit of heals. This is just one mob by himself. And we've already made our way through this part of the dungeon before. Our Lay on Hands is about to be back in 1 minute. So these warlocks, I mean these little imps, I don't know. There you go, we just one-shotted him. I hate these roots. Keep accidentally clicking on this thing in the foreground. I'm gonna face take it because I need to eat after this anyway. Alright, so we're gonna drink a moon. I don't know that I have any just regular food to eat. It's kinda lame. Oh, I forgot. I should just be eating my clams. I will wait until that well-fed buff moves wears off, and then I'll do that. Yeah, but these guys frequently drop, like, whatever, steak or whatever. Ham. Okay. Now we're to the little ring of candles. It's taken us about 8 minutes to get there. It's not that hard. It's not that far. Right there, around this loop, is where we okay, we're gonna go after this guy now. This is where we... Right there is where we rescued the one girl, got her equipment or whatever. So we've been that far down into the dungeon before. We got Mark and the Chosen. Oh, we have to fight 2 this time? Lame. Alright. Got a nice crit on that. You get a crit, that thing will die fast. One shot, obviously. Or what I like to do is, I like to come out of, I just didn't even put a new thing on because I thought it would be better. I ended up taking another shadow bolt to the face, so. I cut my own self off. Alright, I guess we're gonna fight this demon. No choice on that. Sometimes there's a guy right there. Yeah, you can see it. There's a Dark Weaver right there. So I think we can pull these guys one by one, though. Just a few seconds, and then we gotta reapply my might. Come on. See, these guys are just such a pain. Alright, I just decided that I couldn't mess around with them. We have just 23 seconds. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and just eat one of these clamlets now, as our other buff is about to wear off. It's a little bit of a longer buff anyway. And it'll increase our spirit, which will help our regeneration as we go deeper and deeper into this cave. Yeah, the Legionnaires are also higher levels, so that's part of it too. It's just our life now. Okay. Right, we're gonna go after this Dark Weaver. And we're gonna have to fight that Hunter too, but those guys are easier. The cleanse is only 113 mana, so... I think he still got the bolt off. Dang it. The waste, that's the worst. Alright, so... Gonna go after this Hunter now. And that has now allowed us to get down, and we just have to clear through this side of the river, then make it cross the river, and then clear the second side. Oops. And then, not that, I guess that doesn't matter. And then, that's pretty much it. We'll be right there at the first part, which is the Trey Lightforge part of the quest chain. Okay, so we don't want to fight everyone here. We just want to make our way across, so we're going to split down the middle. We're going to fight this Warlock, and I'd rather fight these oozes than spend a lot of time fighting other stuff. So we're going to split down the middle for this Warlock and jump into the river from there. You can't jump back up, so our way out is going to be a whole different experience. This is how we're going to do it right now. So you don't... Over there is where we rescued the girl's stuff. Okay, I'm gonna... He comes at me with another one. Yeah, this time I'm gonna try to get it off the good way. Alright, so let's get some healing going on. And then now we're gonna drink another of our moonberry juices. We're starting to get low on those juices. We do have 3 morning glory dews though, so we're moving that up. We're gonna jump over, ideally in a way to where we only have to fight maybe 2 slimes, but we might have to fight 3 to get across this little river. I also see Mithril on the other side. We will have to fight probably through this chamber, and then we'll be at Rakaya, who is the first part. She is actually easy. Okay, so we're gonna jump up Oh, I aggroed the first one. Dang it. I aggroed both. Just non-stop poisoning, too. So that's not good. I can't, yeah, so it's just nature damage, constant nature damage. Good, I got a crit on that one. These guys are annoying. Didn't realize it. They were... I guess if you don't have like a poison totem or whatever... There you go. Okay. Alright, we got 2 of the 3. Bummer. Okay, now it's going to be a race to get through here with... Burn through all my mana. Hate that. Alright. Oh, good. We got some more healing potions. Not necessarily good ones or anything, but... Alrighty. I wish we would have got mana potions. That would have been cool. I think we're gonna be kind of screwed. Maybe if I go through there, we can just fight this guy. Okay, let's try it. Dang it. Alright, so we're gonna probably have to fight 2 enforcers to get there. Which means we are stuck drinking another moonberry. Okay. Good for us. We got a good healing potion that time. And we'll drink another moonberry juice. So that's good though, we got a major healing potion, that's better. Our Blessing of Might wore off. We are halfway into our scroll and whetstone. So we want to definitely make sure that we are... Well, we're going to get to the first part without any issues. It's just going to depend on getting down to the bottom. How fast can we do that? Maybe I can avoid fighting this person? Nope. I mean, I have another whetstone, I just don't have another scroll, and that is going to really help us against the final fight when we fight the 2 succubi with the warlock. Come on. Alright. Oh, and we're right there. I'm lucky I didn't aggro that warlock. Alright, do better. Last time it took me 3 hits. There you go. Alright, so their little imp is gone. Hopefully that makes them weaker, like they don't get a shadow pact or anything. Okay. Perfect. And here we are at the entrance to this area. Alright, so it looks like she's hard because she has 4 dudes around her. There is that guy, he's actually a bigger pain in the butt. But these people, the only thing that they're going to do is make you not be allowed to leave combat. They won't even fight back once you start fighting them. So we can really save some resources when we get that far. Like this is not a difficult fight. Nice, we got another potion. The bleed is coming at us, I don't like that. Alright, so we hit her. Succubi like to do melee. She's just gonna come up and whip us, and we can whip her. She did put a curse on us, dang it. But that's actually not the end of the world, because now these guys are all here. You can just come up here and hit them. They don't do anything. So as you see here, we can just wait on this curse to wear off. Nothing will happen. We can use this as a time for rejuvenation if we want. If we want to. Now, if you try to take his remains, things will change. But yeah, so there's no... The only thing you have to be careful is you can aggro on that Legionnaire right there. Yep, we just did. I was gonna say, in the other times I've done this quest, he's aggroed. Okay. I don't know why he's such a jerk, but this one's not even helping even while I fight the demons, so... Now we can get back to rejuvenating, and we can fight. Now, if one of these were... I did have one other time where one of these warlocks, like this one's a warlock, that it had a imp with it, and the imp then went and attacked me. Guess I'll keep this up just to do a little more damage, because otherwise it's going very slow. Okay. But I guess you want to make sure you get them all, because otherwise something bad will happen. I think they might attack him if you try to take his remains, or they'll all start attacking. I don't know, something like that. Let's get that curse of weakness off me. That'll help. There you go. Okay. And here we go with this last one. See, the Jadenar Hunter doesn't come. Go ahead and open this one up. That will make me attack a little faster. Okay, now you do the quest.
You gather the Paladin's remains as carefully as you can, recalling that at least his spirit has been released from any pain or suffering that might have been forced upon him.
Okay, so this is the Retribution of the Light, which is going to... these two down here. Alright, so this is turning in this quest, and we're going to pick up the remains of Trey Lightforge.
You pick up the sack carefully and prepare to make your way back to Jessir Moonbow on the border of Felwood and Ashenvale. Hopefully the Paladin will be given the proper respects once you've passed his remains on to his friend.
Alright, so basically, now she was all lamenting or whatever, but at least his dead corpse can no longer be tormented, and maybe he will no longer haunt people. I don't know. That's kind of basically what's been happening. And we've done one of our 2 missions here. Now we do have to continue down the path, because we have to do the final blow, where we defeat Lord Feldon, chop off his head and kill his succubi, so that we can really cripple the Burning Blade operations here in Felwood. So we're going down to the next floor. Now we have 2 Fell Hunters. Dual fight them, whatever, no biggie. Fell Hunters just aren't really that strong. Their only problem is that the mana drain that they do, which we're gonna just stun him if he tries to do that. The damage is all physical. They really, I guess they're probably more of a pain for casters. We could have used Exorcism on them, but Exorcism is so mana intensive. Alright, now we have a Legionnaire though. Those guys are annoying AH. They are worth using that on because they... Oh, I didn't realize I was fighting a burning blade dude too. Okay. I mean, an enforcer, a Jadenar enforcer. So it's good that we successfully, quickly executed that dude. Alright, so the goal here now is to find your way out of this. I'm gonna have to look around at the map. I don't remember where we are supposed to be. Okay, so you can see we need to go... I don't think it's up there. I think it's this way. So if we climb up here and jump down... I didn't see that one there. Okay. It did allow us to skip that warlock fight. So no, there was no point to doing this because we basically just traded a warlock in for this stupid weaver. So no point. Also, oh good, we got a scroll of strength. Let's use that on ourselves too. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to. And we are 6 minutes out from. Okay, I'm out of mana. Might have to use one of these little baby potions if things get too tough. Nah, we're gonna have to immediately. My well-fed buff's about to wear off, so we might as well eat another one of those. Okay. So we will go ahead and do both. We will drink and eat this because we can't mess around because we're entering the final room right there. There's the boss. So people have suggested, hey, clear the room so that you don't have any ads. I've not really found a lot of issues with ads. I think we'll be fine if we just clear the 1 or 2 guys in front of him. Could be wrong. Okay. So there is that warlock right there, but there's no immediate ads to the left or the right. My plan is going to be to blitz Shadow Lord Felden since he's a clothy. One of these 2 demons can heal. I don't remember which one. The purple one is significantly weaker than the red one, a couple levels lower. So we keep that in mind. I'm going to go for this little imp. We're going to take this little warlock out. So I guess you could make the argument that that warlock, we can take them out too. We really want it to be safe. I don't want to use any of my cooldowns right now. Okay, so I don't have any great worthwhile things to place on myself. Let's go ahead and enter this buff. I just would like to be as close to full as possible, but I don't want to use any resources. Because what we're going to do is we're going to blitz full on that guy right now. I'm not going to clear that warlock. I'm not clearing to that. We'll come to this side. I'd rather, I guess, we have a little bit more space. Okay, my Mark of the Chosen is about to wear off, but then maybe we'll proc again while we're in there. So, not ideal, but there we go. Okay. Okay. So, great. Here we are going to... We got one down. Now we're going to see what we can do. Can I slowly... Okay. Okay. We can use a whipper root thing. say I'd like to kill her. Okay, so now I did use that whip root. It has a separate cooldown from our potions, so that's good. Now we're just fighting the stronger one, this Salia. I thought one of them could heal, but maybe they will only heal her, or I don't know. Okay, we're good. 1v1, they can't take us. Okay, and got his head. Alright. So we are now ready to retrace our steps. And the goal is going to be to get out of here without fighting. If you continue to go deeper into that, you can... I supposedly there... I've never even been back there. But supposedly there is a Warlock quest that will allow you to do so. Oh man, I think we should fight this one. I should have just fought this one from jump. Just one fight, but there's going to come a point when we are going and running. That will occur. So this was pretty successful. So we're not even really over leveled. This is a level 58 quest and we're 56 and we still got all the way down here and soloed it. So don't be afraid, you could probably do it too. I've done it on all of my characters so far. With my mage, I believe I polymorphed the dude, and then I took out the little succubi with my cat. I stealthed in and was able to quickly get him down to nothing. Look, they haven't even respawned yet. Perfect. Perfect. So we're fast enough to make that an issue. Have that not be an issue. Okay. That little dude is now respawned. So we're gonna... But they're like the first person to respawn. We need to come out this side this time. The goal is to get up here. Oh, man. Okay. And then we're gonna run our behinds out of here. We will use... Ow. We're going to use our buffings as needed. Also, it looks as though someone was just down here, so that's great. Okay, now I'm using my bubble because of that guy. Hate him, but someone was just down here, so we should be able to get a little freedom here. Yikes. Okay. Great. I'm gonna have to probably let my lay on hands. Yep, sure am. Okay, now we're gonna try to survive 40 seconds. So I can use my other bubble. Okay. So we had to use lay on hands to get out of there that way, but we could have fought our way out. Alright, and now we should be we're 13 seconds away from our other bubble being... So, 4 seconds, we got this. And now we run out of place. Okay, so I'm gonna get as far as I can. Yikes. This is where some movement skills would have been nice. Jeez. Oh, after all this, we're gonna die. Oh, man. Dang it. We almost made it out. So, if you just aren't lazy, you could make it through there. Alright, so we're gonna go back and res and then go down and turn on those quests to see where we're at right there. We've died twice, so we are at 64% durability. The next stage of our journey is going to be cleansing the Felwood. So And then that will allow us to work on the ritual winter spring blobbity blue blah stuff next. Which is not going to happen right now. I think what we'll do today with our little bit of time remaining is, because either way we're going to have one flight, so let's do it today. So we'll go turn these quests in. Then we'll go down to Ashenvale. So we'll do that little hike, and then we will fly over to Darnassus. And get the whatever that vial of blessed water. And then we will stop there, and we will off camera fly back to Astronar, and then turn in that and be ready for that. So then on the next episode, we should, which will be in a couple days. So tomorrow I'll do a lore episode tomorrow. Not sure, I'll have to look up and see exactly where we're at, but we'll have either an in-game lore or a Warcraft encyclopedia or something. Actually, if we want, we got time right now, so let's take a peek and just see where we're at. I like to keep this, I've mentioned this guy many times, the Excariot Reaper. He has not done anything since 2022, says it's depreciated. So unfortunately they quit that project at that point in time. We will pick up the mantle and add things back in to this at if we ever get there. But this guy really came and found everything that has been released, and it's pretty awesome. Oh, I was supposed to miss my turn. So pretty awesome stuff, and we've done. There are plenty of things if we run out of time that I quit because time and money. We did all of those. Those were the Dungeons and Dragons books. We did the game guides. We've done all the Warcraft magazine, and we started the art process. Can't remember where we left off. I believe we definitely did cinematic art of Wrath of the Lich King. And then we were right around Art of Cataclysm. I think we did that, and I'm pretty sure we did Art of Mists of Pandaria. I'm like 99% sure I can remember doing that. So the art books are kind of, there's not like a lot of spoilers or anything, so I don't really worry when we do them. I'd have to go back and look at my art playlist to see how far we got. We might have went out of order and I might have skipped, because the problem became with that if we actually look at the channel and we look at the playlists that we make, and I go to the art, oh, there's 52 different playlists that I made, so let's go to the next page. There we go, there's 17. Oh, I wanted to see what was on the playlist. Okay, so the last most recent one we did was a little more than a year. Oh no, was the cinematic art of Wrath of the Lich King, and we did do Art of Mists of Pandaria and Art of Cataclysm. Okay, so we did do that far. All right, good to go. Good to know. Okay, so I specifically remember doing the cinematic art. That was a cool one. The problem is that I have to pretty much buy these in person. So the Art of Warlords of Draenor is next, and I actually believe I bought that. We just haven't done it. And then there's this Art of World of Warcraft reboot. That one I don't think I have. And then Behind the Dark Portal I think we can find. And then what really stopped me is the Art of Legion. I'd have to, I'll get up and look, but those are some things we can revisit. And then I was like, man, Art of Legion is incredibly, ridiculously hard to find. These only came out with special editions of the book. Cinematic Art of World of Warcraft, I could probably find that one. The World of Warcraft pop-up book, I don't know. So you could see the static link unavailable for Legion and for Art of Shadowlands. So those are just going to be Shadowlands is at least more recent. Hopefully I can find those. They can be ridiculously expensive to buy though. So we'll get creative. All right, let's turn in the remains of Trey Lightbringer.
What brings you here?
Lightforge.
Be careful.
How did things go in Jadenog, Contessa?
You've done it. Praise be to Elune, and whichever powers you worship, adventurer. You have done an honorable and noble thing this day. I am certain Arkonaran will be pleased that you not only took the time to save her, but to also slay the creature who tortured one of her best friends. I wish I could do more for you, but please, take this.
So I hate both of these weapons. They're basically like healer melee. So this is like a shaman dagger, and this is like a paladin sword for a healing paladin, but not good enough to make me want to pick it.
Farewell.
So the XP is really where it's at. We're down to 3k. We're probably going to ding right now, which is awesome. So that is, never mind. Like, that's going to change my trajectory, because instead I'm going to want to take us to Stormwind to level up. No, 57. We don't have to go back. Okay, cool. That will not change my plan then.
What brings you here?
Let's go ahead and just check both of these bad boys off before we get back to looking at it. So we just did the remains of Trey Lightforge, and we're going to also turn in a final blow right now. And we've basically done the hardest quests in the zone.
Winds be at your back.
Without Fel Dawn, the Shadow Council will hopefully lose focus and start infighting. They will struggle with one another for control and hoard assets for future plans. That will be an opportune time to devastate them and their demon slaves.
Earth Mother be praised, adventurer. Thank you. This is a great day indeed. The Shadow Council will be hard-pressed to scale to the same levels of power they once held with this blow to their hierarchy. You have done a great thing this day.
That's great. We leveled up. We're 57. We're going to go ahead and give another healing light, which will now open up the next tier for us. We have 3 more powers to go. We're going to do our other holy light and then improve Blessing of Wisdom a couple times. That's really where it's at. And another cool thing is that this belt is an upgrade. We finally are now fully bedecked in plate gear. On the way to our flight path here, we're going to also get these salves. So from her, we'll turn in some more of our things for salves. Why not? For hunting.
Very well then, here are your Cenarian plant salves.
Thanks.
Scour Felwood for corrupted plants, adventurer. Wherever they are, use the salve I have given you to purify them.
Okay, we had enough for 3 more. All right, so if we're looking at this sheet again anyway, that's why, the reason why is because Legion and I believe this other Art of Warcraft one are very hard to find, to the point where it's like over $100 to get this tiny little flip book. We're gonna try again to maybe look at videos and other things like that, to watch people do unboxing of their own, kind of like we did with oh no, I did it with an Assassin's Creed book. So we can go back to those and resume that journey anytime we want. We were about halfway through, and we can finish it off. And the Art of when I get back into retail and I'm playing like the new version, we'll be able to I'll buy my own limited editions so that I'll get the art books on my own. There's the Ultimate Visual Guide. We haven't looked at that. And then there's an expanded, updated version. So hopefully we can find those. And we have Folk and Fairy Tales of Azeroth. We've been reading that consistently throughout. Those stories are listed throughout. So Exploring Azeroth Northrend, that was a series of books that came out. So that's another one. And then we can also look at the Ask the Dev roundtables for free. And then the article called Story of Warcraft. So those are all interesting things that we can work our way up to. Those are all just non-canon, undated, weird lore, or some of it's canon. It's just mostly art books. The Ask Dev Roundtable were like Blizzard interview things, so we'll look at those. And then the novel of Sylvanas was just added. It's undated because that's like the last thing they added in. So they only put it there because they don't know. We actually bought that, and we read the first couple chapters or the first parts of the book because they take place in the past. So it's a novel we've actually read halfway through. The rest takes place in Shadowlands. So when we make it all the way up to Shadowlands, we'll finally finish that novel. And then we've been doing everything now. We have everything Unknown Date, Mythos, and we've been making our way through the non-canon portions of Ages Past. So we are all the way up to, we just recently did 2,500 years before Orcs and Humans, which was Ironforge. So yeah, so tomorrow's episode will be 1,500 years. So we'll jump forward 1,000 years and do Wrath of the Soulflayer. That will be tomorrow's lore episode. We've already done the entire Troll Compendium, so there is no need to do that. So all we have in that timeline is the Wrath of the Soulflayer. Then to just peek ahead, the only remaining ones are we have another in-game lore of the Seven Kingdoms, the following later on in the week, like that Friday. Apocrypha we've already read on this channel. That is a short story. I already read it to you guys. We've already read all of these pages of Chronicles. So then the following week, we'll get into War of the Shifting Sands. We already read that story. And probably Volsan Staghelm. We probably have not read his. So that will be that one. And then as we wrap up July, we'll have Egwin and the Dragon Hunt, War of the Three Hammers. We already read Shaman Prologue. And that's where we will stop. Right towards as we get to July and turn into August, we'll do another lore, which is the Uninvited Guest, and that will be taking us to the Doom of Draenor, which is just really leading up to the Dark Portal, which is great. So we won't be opening it yet, but we'll be finally switching over to Orc stuff. We've read the comics, but that will take us into the cinematic alternate universe. So we did do Warlords of Draenor because even though it's an alternate timeline, we consider it. But we'll read these Last Guardian and Kil'jaeden in games. We will read. We already read Rise of the Horde and those Proto Chronicles, but we will read the prequel movie novel to the movie Warcraft called Duratan. I'm actually kind of intrigued to watch it, and then we're going to navigate how we would do Bonds of Brotherhood. What I might do is actually read the script, because if you try to watch an entire movie on YouTube, you'll get into some hot water with copyright infringement and stuff like that. I actually own the movie, but what instead we're going to try to do, what's our time at? We're going to try to look at, yeah, we have time to fly there. Okay, so we're going to fly there and get this Fellbound Ancients quest, and that's it. That will be all we do today. As we are finally level 57, 3 levels to go. So that kind of gives you a preview of where we're going. We have done these chronicles, and then we haven't watched these videos. So these short videos I'll usually watch, especially because they're like already free on YouTube. So we'll watch them and comment on these 6 or so videos. We already read that. And we already read Rise of the Horde, but we'll read the in-game Rise of the Horde. And then that will get us into Orcs and Humans. And there's plenty of things to continue. We've done most of these. We didn't do Lauren Short. We did play all of the game for Warcraft 1. The film Alternate Universe movie, that's the one I was talking about before. Here you have the book, but here we will actually have the movie and then the novelization. So we will read the script to that movie most likely, and then the novelization of that movie. So there are 3 long reading sections that we'll get because of this movie. And then the Dark Portal endgame object. We read Arthas. Paladin's Beast, I believe, is in the short story section, so we'll read that. We read Tides of Darkness, the novel. We'll read the Alliance of Lordaeron in-game object. We played Warcraft 2, and it's the Tides of Darkness. That's the original one. And we read those. Most of that I think we've read, but Game Guide on Gul'dan, that is probably one we'll have to read. We read the Warcraft 2 stuff, including the Beyond the Dark Portal expansion to Warcraft 2. We read the novelization of that. We will have to slide in the Invasion of Draenor and the Illyria Windrunner. I actually think we did the Thousand Years' War. I think I read that script. I don't know what made me suddenly decide to do that one, but I read the script for those three, and it was actually pretty good. The Birth of the Lich King, Ice Crown, Frozen Citadel, we will read those. Gallywix and Arthas we read. Chronicles we read. War of the Spiders, an in-game object, which we'll have to look at. This is all the second war. Then we read Day of the Dragon. We'll probably have to look at Varisa Windrunner there. The in-game objects, Battle of Grimotal, Lethargy of the Orcs. We read Unbroken. Then we'll read in-game Kel'Thuzad, Forming of the Scourge. We have not read the article on the Undead Plague, so we'll have to read that. We read Road to Damnation. I think Kael'thas Sunscarter we read. There's an article called The Alliance Splinters. We'll have to read that. We read Lord of the Clans. We'll have to read the New Horde in-game object. We read of Blood and Honor. Chronicles Volume 3, Chapter 2. We read that. High Elves, I'm pretty sure we read that. We'll double check. We read this. The story so far, once we get to Warcraft 3, that will be an article that we can read. We read the Warcraft 3 manual and played the game. We'll do a game guide on Uther. We read Paragons. We'll read in-game Scourge of the Lordaeron. Those are done. We read the prologue to Illidan. We haven't read the Illidan book either. So that's another example of a book where I just read one part of the book. That's it. Kind of silly. But they're waiting in the wings for us. That'll be easy access. I already have them. We read the story Vol'jin the Judgment. Actually a really good story. I recommend it. And then we have a bunch of encyclopedia stuff where it looks like we've read most of them. It's Illidan, Tyrande, and Malfurion. So I think we have to go down to the temple, yeah. Those should be mostly easy, including the Night Elves third. I think we've read all of that. The Sunwell in-game object, but the rest of the Death Knight comic, the Ashbringer comic, Legends, I'm pretty sure we read all of those. Chapter 3 of Chronicles, we read all of that. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff we've done, it's just picking and going through where we haven't. Alright, we're going to fill up this vial of blessed water, and I think we bring it back to her. I just want it to be annoying. Yeah, so now we have to go bring it back to that lady. Let's go ahead and... I think we can get a quick... I don't want a Hearthstone, because it takes a Stormwind, which I want, but... It's also annoying because our next zone is Azshara. So we're going to be staying out here in Kalimdor. I thought there was a dude. A repair person. Maybe it's on the other side. Skywise. But into that tune. Might be down. I don't remember where they're at. Okay, well, I really thought they kind of hung out, but maybe I didn't go far enough. I don't know. We will go to the... Oh, you know what? I bet you it's this over here if we take this path. It's where I started to go. Alright, screw it. We'll just hop down and go to one of these places. I don't know where the little dwarves or whatever are that... I've not been to the Temple Gardens before. I just discovered that. Alright, there's a merchant. Almost got... Well, we got 3 gold for that dagger, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna decide on that Wicked Leather Headband later. Heart of Fire, I'll save for now. Alrighty. Looking good. Do we have any... Oh, just rune cloth. Do I have 60 rune cloth? No, I will after we grind these furbolgs out. Yikes. Alrighty, back we go to the flight path, and that will be where we wrap today. But as you can see, as I kind of dig into this, like this sort of planning where I look at the spreadsheet and plan my life is really fun. I enjoy looking forward to just how much we have left to explore. We have so much stuff to still look at. It's pretty awesome, and that's why I know, like, this show has there's no potential end in sight. We haven't even made it to the first expansion, and there's tons of expansions, and let alone all the lore that goes along with each expansion. Even if that has dried up a little bit in recent years, we still haven't even, we barely scratched the surface. And we're 3.5+ years into making this show, so pretty dang cool. It just, time flies. Like, I realized the other day, I'm like, man, it's been I'm in my 4th year of making this show. So, crazy stuff. Alright, everybody, I appreciate you for coming with me on this journey. Hopefully you saw some things in Felwood and you got to commiserate with me as I died. If you like what you see, check out the Patreon. We'll make a video for that on Tuesday where we'll finally start playing Assassin's Creed 2. And I do it all in the same kind of spirit that I do this show. And like, subscribe, smash that subscribe, boing, boing, boing. Thank you, everybody. Another episode in the pipe. 5 by 5.